Alrighty, in this video, I am going to show you how to trade the buy setup, which is the retracement pattern live. I am looking at a buy setup right now, so I'm going to explain to you the reasoning behind this trade, where my entry is going to be, where my stop loss is going to be, why I like it in the first place, the criteria that it meets in my trading plan. And of course, then we're gonna actually execute on this trade live. This is my real account. So hopefully this trade is going to make us some pretty good money. Right off the bat, we're going to start off on the daily chart. Let's understand what the daily chart is doing. We have a really nice uptrend on the chart, and we actually gapped into all-time highs today. Now, I am a gap trader. I like to trade stocks that had overnight changes in price, and this is a very interesting gap because yesterday we closed at the stock market close at $12.53. Today we're opening at $14.01, which is interesting. We are gapping into all-time highs. We are gapping directly over this high, and over this high, and over this high. In other words, we are gapping above resistance. That's extremely interesting, all right? Not only that, we're not gapping too much above resistance. We're not gapping to $16 where we have a huge void in the chart. We're gapping directly over resistance into all-time highs on a kind of like a retracement setup here. We moved up, retraced, moved up, retraced, started to move up, and then we're continuing that move up with a gap. My entry is going to be at 1450. I'm going to be getting about 1,800 shares. All right, so I'm just gonna place my entry at 1451. Now the reason it's at 1451, and I'm gonna put on the 15-minute chart here, is we moved up, we retraced, we continued that retracement, and it kind of looks like almost like it's rounding. You know, we kind of have like this, if you were to get a line, you put a circle, you kind of see it's kind of forming a circle like that, right? That's what I like. This is a nice retracement pattern. We pulled back. We have a bunch of nice doji bars, which I really like. Those are known as reversal candlesticks, all right? And I'm gonna place my entry over essentially this kind of mini consolidation here, which is 1451. My stop loss is going to be at the lows of the retracement, which is at around 1422. So that is about a 30-cent stop loss, right? Because entry is at 1451, stop loss is around 1422. It's about a 30-cent stop loss. I risk $500 per trade. So $500 divided by a 30-cent stop loss is about 1,600 shares. Or if you want to round up, 1,700 shares. So I'm actually going to adjust that, cancel my order, and put in 1,700 shares at 1451. And whenever it triggers, I'm going to be in the trade. And in terms of targets, the targets for a buy setup is the previous highs, which is at 1512, but maybe it doesn't hit exactly the previous highs. So let's make our target around 15 bucks, maybe even 1490 in this area right here. That's target. Okay. Looks good on the 15-minute chart. If we look at the 1-minute chart, it also looks good. I like how on the 1 minute, we attempted to move lower and start to break down, but that was rejected by the buyers. We started to move up again. We have a rising 20-period moving average pointing up on the 1 minute. I like that. It's pointing up on the 5-minute. So everything looks good. It's also not too deep of a retracement. We move up. This is about a clean 50% retracement, right? So it retraced 50% of this move higher. So if this is at 0%, this is at 100% of this move up, we retraced around 50%, which is perfect. I like that. And honestly, the longer it bases here in this fashion, the better, because we're gonna have this 20-period moving average on the 5-minute chart start to catch up to price, which is really, really nice. And I'm sorry, this is the 15-minute chart. Let's look at the 5-minute chart real fast. By the way, it's actually about to trigger, and okay, I actually got triggered in at 495, so interesting. Even though I had my order at 51, it filled me at 495. which is, I mean, I don't have an issue with that as long as we can actually trigger. I don't think it went past 51, but let's see if it does here. All right, so I'm in the trade, even though it didn't completely trigger, but I'm in it. Okay, so from here, we're just gonna have to see how this plays out. And let's see if we can get a nice move up here. Okay, hopefully this is all making a lot of sense, where we combine the daily chart, we combine looking at the 15-minute chart. Let's look at the 5-minute chart as well real fast. Looks good, I like it. The 20-period moving average is starting to curl under price, and it does look higher for a breakout. So I like it on the 5-minute and the 15. There we go, we're kind of moving up here. All the time frames look good. And yeah, everything looks great. And nice move up right from the beginning. Really, really nice move up right off the bat. That's what I like to see. I like to see trades that immediately trigger in my direction. Okay, I don't like to see trades that where they trigger, like they get me in, but they don't actually move in my favor. I like to see trades that truly trigger in my direction, and that's exactly what this did. We had a solid like 10-cent move up from the entry. So I know that the trade is valid, it's triggered, and now from here, I could put my stop loss at 14.22. So I'd go down to 14.22 and I could just place my stop loss right there. So you could do that if you want. That's fine. Usually I don't even do this just because I'm at my monitor. I can see it. And a lot of the times I'm actually adjusting my stop loss as the price moves up. So from here, we're just going to see how this plays out, and I'll give you guys any updates as price is moving up and hopefully hits target. Like I said, 15 bucks would be brilliant, but even about 14.90 would be really nice. And we could look to either, I mean, if it pops to 15 really quick, I'm just gonna take profits on the entire position. But if it you know, maybe just hits like 14.90 or something, I can take half of my position and then trail the back half of my trade. So we'll see. I'm not quite sure exactly what I want to do yet. Let's see how this plays out. Alrighty, we just hit 14.70. There is 3-cent spread. You could see the difference in price between the bid, which is at 14.67, and the offer at 14.70. Maybe I can make another video really talking about how spread works. But so far looks good, and we're just gonna stick with it until target. There's really not much to do once you're in the trade. The only time you should be starting to manage your position is if either it hits target or it starts to pull in really hard. Like if this starts to pull back and then it creates a pivot where, let's say, like it pulls back, right, and then starts to move up again, where it kind of does something like that, we could look to raise our stop loss. But for right now, there's not much to do except just give it the room. It's not at target yet, so I'm chilling and I'm waiting. Alrighty, it is pulling back a little bit, and I think a lot of people, they would look at the situation and they'd be like, okay, I was making some good money, it's starting to pull back, I'm going to impulsively exit. You don't want to be doing that. It's okay for stocks to pull back. It's okay for prices to pull back. Stocks, you know, or crypto or Forex, whatever you're trading, they don't just go straight up to your target. They're going to move up, they're going to move down, they're going to move up. So this is completely normal. In fact, if this wants to, you know, retrace here and maybe set up as like a little retracement pattern on the smaller time frames, that's even better. It makes the move way more sustainable. As long as you have a very controlled pullback, right? This isn't collapsing, you know, knock on wood, this isn't collapsing down. This looks like a pretty healthy retracement here. And from here, you know, we still have, you look at that 1 minute, we still have that rising 20 MA under price. Everything is fine. There's no reason to panic out of it. Every time frame, you know, 5 minute looks fine. You know, it's retracing, but no problem. 15 minute, this still looks great, really good on the 15. Absolutely no reason to exit or to overthink this. So we're going to stick with it. and we'll see what happens. All right, guys, DESP is actually right at around 1480. We just hit 1480. And it's actually, printing a pretty solid move higher. Target, I did say was 15 bucks. Okay, now we're at 83. So now I have to kind of think about how I want to manage this. So I'm going to get prepared to exit half of my position. It's not quite at target. It's pulling in a bit. So, but that was a nice move higher. And let's see kind of how this plays out here. I'm not exactly sure whether it's going to hit target or not. Yeah, you see it dropped right back down. You can see it's a little bit spready as well. Looking at it now, we got 1473 on the bid, 1477 on the ask. Yeah, I'm really hoping it could have one more nice pop. Hopefully to around 1490, I can look to start to take maybe half of my position. Okay, we're up almost 1R. I risk $500 a trade, so we're up almost 1 risk unit for me. So I'm up almost 1-to-1 on my position. My original stop loss was at 1422, but now I'm gonna raise it to below this pivot at 1454. So essentially, worst case scenario, I'll break even on the trade. But I don't think I think we're gonna actually make another nice move higher. I could even raise my stop to like 1466 underneath this 5-minute bar as well, but it's actually starting to move up here. Okay, so now at 83, can we put one more pop to around 1490? We're almost at 15, so if we can start to move up here, we can actually also tighten up the trail. I don't want to give back on this. I'm up now over 1 risk unit. I can go over to the, okay, now we're at 87, so starting to pop here. Starting to pop. Can we have one more nice move to 90? I was going to say that we could also do a 1 minute bar by bar where I trail it to the low of this 1 minute candle. So as long as the 1 minute candles don't take out the lows, we're still in the trade. So let's hope this has another nice pop in it. And I'm going to look to take half on the next pop, just because I want to secure profits. It's been a slow day today, so I don't want to give back. I'm up nicely on it, over 1R at this point. Obviously, I want to go for 2-to-1. I think if it does hit 15, that'll be 2-to-1 profits on it. So let's hope it has one more nice pop. All right, guys, starting to pop. Can it break 90? Looks good. Can we get one more to 15? There we go. We're at 92, 94 now. The spread is a little bit wide. Okay, starting to tighten up. Okay, 95. Can we pop to 15? We're almost at target. I'm going to look to exit half. Waiting, not yet. Okay. Can we get one more nice pop here? I got a feeling this wants to pop to 15. So we just need one more little move higher. What I like to see is the bid, even though there's some spread, the bid is consistently strong compared to the offer. Okay, and are we popping or what now? Let's go, one more. You can do it. Okay, it's at 97. We are almost at 15, which was our original target. Okay, so I'm going to be really quick to take half of my profits here. Maybe even full profits if we could really pop here. Okay, you guys see how the bid just strengthened up? The bid, which is the buying side, strengthened at 94. There we go. Can we break 15? You guys can see there's a bunch of orders at 15 that need to be broken. And if we can break these large sell orders, I think we can have a nice pop, maybe to the high of the day, which is 15.12. So one more would be absolutely brilliant. And I'm going to look to take. There's no reason for me to trail or to get out because it's consistently moving higher. The bid is strong. The offer is, you could kind of see it's almost being pressured. 1497 is okay there. You guys saw that. All right, still looks fine. 1502 is weak. Can it break? Okay, now we're at 1506. Beautiful. Can we? 1507. Okay, and you guys can see the bid is still strong. Wow, 1510. Amazing. What's going on here? Let's see, 1510 looks like it's being, okay, there you go. I'm going to take half right here. Beautiful. Okay, we're at 11. I took half just because that's the high of the day. 1512 is literally the highs of the day. So I had to take half of my profits. What happened there? Still looks fine. Absolutely beautiful trade. And that hit 2 Rs. That hit 2-to-1 reward to risk. Absolutely beautiful. And look at this, 1511. I still have half of my position, guys. So let's see if we can break 1511. And I'm going to get locked and loaded another portion. So I'm going to, on my next exit, I'm going to exit a quarter, which is 425. That's half of 850. Okay. But look at this. Okay, wow. Oh my God, this is actually crazy. We're at 1520 now, and it still looks higher. What can it break 1520? Alrighty, can it break 1520? If it doesn't, I'm gonna look to exit another portion of my position. But so far, so good. You could see that 20 there's a lot of selling happening at 20. The buying side, okay, and there you go. All right, we're popping again. Okay, I'm gonna take out another quarter right there just to secure profits. Because look at this run up. That's a huge run up, guys. I'm not trying to wait for a pullback. We've exceeded target. At this point, I'm just trying to take my profits and run. All right, I have a quarter of my position left. So at this point, guys, I'm up on it. I'm up really, really nicely. And yeah, I've secured most of my profit. I have a quarter left. So whatever I make here is a bonus. I think honestly at this point, if it goes below 16, I'm out. But it's moving higher. Oh, wow. Alrighty, we're at almost 1530. I still have a quarter of my position. And remember, I got out half at 12. I essentially missed out. I don't want to say missed out, but I exited half of my original share size at 12. And that, I guess, was an early exit on that, but no problem at all. I think it's almost beautifully executed on this. I mean, is it going to break 30? Because, I don't know, maybe it wants to. This is at this point also extended, right? You could see there's plenty of distance between the 20 period moving average and price on the 5 minute, on the 1 minute, on the 15 minute as well. So this could be any second away from topping. That's kind of why I was taking profits as it was moving up. I wasn't waiting for it to drop really hard against me, especially when we've exceeded target. All right, and there's the drop. I'm probably gonna look to exit under 20 here. If it breaks 20, I'm probably out. All right, okay, it just broke it. I didn't exit. You see, it's hard to exit. You guys see how it's spready? It's 18 on the bid, 25 on the offer. It's spready. It's difficult to exit. What I could also do, actually, all right, I'm gonna get out right here. Beautiful. Alrighty, guys, that is exactly how you trade the buy setup. We covered almost everything there. We covered the daily chart, why I was looking at it in the first place. We covered the setup on different time frames, the entry, the stop loss, the target. We also talked about the execution, and I showed you it live when I took profits, my thought process throughout the trade. And hopefully this shows you how to trade the buy setup, okay? And this was almost near perfectly executed, really. I took half of my profits at the highs of the day, which is target, and I took a quarter at like 20, and then another quarter at 20, I think. So beautiful, a little bit more than 2-to-1 reward to risk on that trade. I risked $500, made well over, or a little bit over 2-to-1. Perfect. And hopefully this helps you understand how to trade the retracement pattern or the buy setup. Have a good day, guys. Thank you.